Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. It's a Masters banger, and so let's see how it goes. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of Gordon Ramsay not being particularly happy with his Chinese food.
You fucking muffin! The fuck? Beef fried rice! Sauce!
Is it raw? Is it raw?
Raw! Raw sauce! It's raw! How can he not like Gordon Ramsay? How can he not find that shit entertaining?
Bro, new season of Hell's Kitchen is coming up, and I am, or not even Hell's Kitchen, sorry, Kitchen Nightmares.
Yes.
Is coming, and I am fucking jacked about it. So my body is ready to see Gordon yell at more people. It's fantastic. You know what I found out is that as like formulaic as the show is, according to one of the old like showrunners, it's like legitimately like 90% reality. Like they do ask, you know, questions and whatnot for the interviews where you get like spicy answers, obviously, but they said basically everything that you're seeing, whether it's Gordon legitimately just finding like a dead mouse somewhere and picking it up with his bare hands and doing some crazy shit or whatever, he said like it's basically just 100% accurate. It's just these restaurants are that fucked.
It's great.
So I'm ready. I'm ready for it. My body is ready, and we'll see if these gentlemen, their bodies are ready for what is to come. MasterChef in the top left is the blue Protoss in the bottom right. We've got Mercenarie spelt in an interesting way. Both opening standard-ish with a little bit of the macro dream, both getting their early expansion, and Mercenarie getting some of the first scouting information out. Now, we mentioned last game, or Mr. Black mentioned last game, his favorite matchup is a PVZ.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna throw this out while we're waiting for the standard little opening here to go. What is your least favorite thing that you have to defend against if you are up against a Zerg player?
My least favorite? Lurkers? Probably my least favorite thing. Like early game. Ooh, this actually not good. This is not good here for Protoss.
That's dirty. That's
He
real
lost
dirty.
A lot. I like the fact he didn't commit. Backed up. Okay, now he's committing a bit much. He probably should now commit to kill that zealot. Now he's gonna regenerate. I would have taken this one Zergling that had full health and finished
put it
off,
on the zealot?
Yeah, finished off that zealot because he only had 20 health, and then taken the two hurt ones into the base. This is huge info though, because now he sees the Twilight Council is going, which can either mean fast DTs or fast blink is typically that. There was no assimilators put down here quickly, so chances are it's gonna be blink. If I had to guess, could be charge, could be, likely blink. But the most annoying, I think, opening for me against Zerg is just like a Roachling all-in. Because if they're really good at making it so that you can't scout effectively, they can just end the game. Just from sheer, if you're doing your standard macro play as Protoss. So I usually open up. Wow, now he's got speedlings here. He's gonna kill that zealot. He's gonna sneak in there. Yeah, that's good. He's gonna get more info. He should be going inside the base right now, just to. Oh wow, he's getting a lot of probe kills, an unnecessary amount of probe kills, which is not good for a Protoss. And there it is. There's blink, so it is gonna be blink. I don't even remember what I was saying, but StarCraft is happening.
You were talking about the Roachling all-in, how difficult it is if they can get the scouting, if they can hold your scouting back long enough, it's very, very difficult to defend against.
Yeah, it's why I always open up Forge Fast Expand, and then with my Forge, I usually put like a pylon here, or I put a pylon down here and bait doing cannons. They pull a bunch of drones. If they don't actually pull the drones, sometimes I'll commit to the cannons. And this just makes it so that the Zerg has to be reactionary to me, and I don't have to be reactionary to the Zerg. And I've done the build so many times that I understand the things that he can and cannot get, and then I understand the timings in which he can get those things. So I basically dictate the pace. But there are some really good Zergs out there that just will not allow you. They'll just stomp it. So the moment you get to like high masters, low GM, that shit don't even work. You just have to get good. It's just really that simple. Coming back up here with more Lings. I think right now he's just kind of poking, doing damage. There's not a lot here. He's going to be able to potentially kill off the Cyber Core, which is pretty huge. He's got a bunch of gateways going down, completely scouted out, got 2 Stalkers, knows that the Twilight Council is upgrading, so can just imagine it is going to be Blink. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And now our Zerg can prepare for that. You've noticed he didn't go and spam and put down Spore Crawlers in each one of his hatches because he's not afraid of DTs at this point. It is something that he should inevitably do. But right now, he's just focusing on getting Lings out, spreading creep, and getting ready for an attack, which is coming very, very soon. 11 Roach now in production.
Well, MasterChef in the kitchen cooking right now. He caught the Overlord lacking in the main there and killed it off, and then drop shipped out there to kill the second one. Now he's getting a third, which has put a hamper on Mercenary that's supply blocked him ever since the first Overlord. And now he continues to be a supply block despite continuing to try to replace these Overlords back at home. That's a lot of extra minerals and a lot of extra time and larva going to Overlords that could have been going to literally anything else. He has been producing more Speedlings and whatnot, but he hasn't been able to turn them into, you know, too many Banelings or get out too many Roaches. This is a dangerous situation though for the Protoss. Nice blink away as he gets out, only 2 lagging behind. He might lose a couple of them here as he tries to do some damage. He's got a long way to go home, but if he keeps it up, he'll be able to warp some in here, and he does, and that's a lot of Stalkers. This is actually, MasterChef could take this and then go down and take this third.
He could maybe win the game here, to be honest. If he keeps warping in Stalkers and he's doing really good blink micro, he could win this game. If I was him, I wouldn't even go after the third. I'd be going right into the natural. If I felt like I was being overran, I mean, it's easy for me to say this because I can see the other side. But if I feel like I was being overran, then I would start to work my way over to the third. But I like the fact he's got the ops, he's killing off all these tumors, and he's still warping in safely from behind. And there you go, he's only blinking back a chunk of them at a time, which is what you want to do, because the moment you blink at them all at the same time, the Speedlings can run up behind you. He isn't warping anything from in behind, there it is. Now he can start blinking back. Now the Zerg is overextending. These Queens are out of creep, the tumors are destroyed, the creep is moving back, and now these Stalkers can be able to focus down and kill off the remaining of the units and keep warping in. This could be game over.
That's game. He moved his Queens so far up, you can't lose that many Queens right now, especially when the Protoss has been able to successfully warp in so many secured units there in the back. There's the forward blank, there goes the Queen. I suspect Mercenary is just gonna fucking be in here for a short period of time and leave. Because really, that's it. There's not much else he can do. He's going to continue to produce units. He might go this one more volley, but all it's going to be is just another row of Stalkers coming in behind this. And now that he doesn't have enough of the Zerglings to really put the pressure on, he can be very selective with his blinks and really extend the life of these Stalkers and get the most out of them. Look at this, on the ramp. They can't do anything about it. They're going to be able to,
look at that.
boom.
Look at that. The only thing that he could have done better here is bring in that Warp Prism. You've killed 6 Queens, plus you know he ain't got no Queens at the natural. Bring that Warp Prism in. Not only can you then blink back these Stalkers one by one, but then also when they're on cooldown from their blink and those Roaches or Lings are focusing them, you can start to pick up the Stalkers 4 at a time inside the Warp Prism. Load them back down, then you have blink ready again. Then you continue to do so. I mean, this is very, like, you know, high-level micro, but that's the only thing he could have done better here. He kept the Warp Prism way back here. The moment I would have killed those Queens, that Warp Prism follows me like fucking white on rice. It ain't leaving my side. I'm using my blink, then I'm using my Warp Prism as a secondary blink on the Stalkers that are low in health. That's game over. That's good. This is a good game. This is a good game.
That was a great game. Well done by MasterChef. And you know what? Mercenary had a couple of openings early in the game to do a lot more damage than he did. He did get some good scouting information out of his early attacks, but just kind of a couple of weird mismanaged situations, like not getting rid of that Zealot early on that could have allowed him to get more pressure on because Bob was able to hold his position longer for the follow-up attacks. He did eventually force MasterChef to drop a pylon in Bob's place in order to give a little bit more life to that wall and allowed for for some extra attacks from behind it. But otherwise, I mean, MasterChef was on top of this from beginning to end, cooking them up hot and ready, and takes the dub at the end of it. So very well done for MasterChef, and great game.
Yeah, GG's. I don't have anything else to say, so yeah, hit the like button.
Grab NordVPN. Link is in the description. Promo code OTT. Stay safe. Stay anonymous, guys. Keep supporting because they're supporting us, and it's a good service. Stay anonymous on the internet. Have that anonymity. Man, I love that word, anonymity. Anonymity. Anonymity.